Today, I'm probably going to go to the Yingling Bicentennial Park near me and read my book 1775 outside because it is a nice day out. And besides, a quiet area where I could read. I could be out and enjoy my book without interruption. So, that being said, I want to make this a short video because I'm not sure when I'm going to go out and take a walk to Bicentennial Park and read my book. But I want to talk about something real quick. Even though I live in America, even though I'm happy to be American, and there are some days when I'm proud to be American, but there are most days when I look at my country and say, where are we headed? Now, most Americans do this every day on a daily basis, and I'll tell you why. Because we forgot what this country's about. We did. We forgot what this country's about. We forgot that this is a land for everyone. A land, man, woman, child, black, white, yellow, red. It doesn't matter what skin color you are. It doesn't matter what ethnic origin or what national origin or whatever your ethnicity, religion, or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're a Catholic. It doesn't matter if you're a Jewish person. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist. It doesn't matter if you're a Buddhist, Hindu, whatever. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow, red, brown. And America is for everyone, of all shapes and sizes, of all races, ethnicities, heritages, and so forth. America is for everyone, okay? That's what America's about, and that's what people seem to have forgotten about. People have seemed to make America, and this is from what I've noticed in the past, 14 years, growing up as well. I seem to notice this as well. People seem to have forgotten what the ideals of Americans stand for. For example, one of the things in this country that we have are privileges, and the most amazing privileges of all time. Now, people will call them freedoms. I'm on the borderline of that. I'll say some of the things we do are genuine freedoms, like the freedom to speak our mind, the freedom to practice our religion or no religion willingly. Those are freedoms we have. The right to vote, that's a right. That's also freedom. But everything else is a privilege. And Americans seem to have forgotten that this country was built on privileges and not really that much of rights. Because if America was built on all rights, all human rights, then there wouldn't be the amount of young black teens being targeted by the police in this day and age or before. There wouldn't be people who are not white being targeted by racists if everyone had rights. If everyone had rights in this country, there wouldn't be this bigotry that we have. That's why there's privileges, because when there's privilege, it leaves room for the bigotry. That's what people have forgotten, is the fact that we allow bigotry, so we allow privileges, and we allow certain people to have privileges and certain people not to have privileges, which is bullshit. And we seem to have made America that again. 100 years ago this year, a movie came out, a silent movie called The Birth of a Nation, which made the KKK heroic, made them look like heroes. Well, in the actuality, the KKK is one of the most racist and the most vile groups out there in this country, and we allow them to exist. We give them these privileges to exist so they can express their bigotry. But where are the privileges of people who aren't white? Where's the privilege of Black Americans? Where's the privilege of Muslim Americans? Where's the privilege of Asian Americans, Japanese Americans, Chinese Americans, Italian Americans, Irish Americans? Where's their privilege? It isn't. They don't have the privilege because they're not Christian. Even if they're white and they're not Christian, they have no privilege. Because they're not full-blooded Americans to some of the ideals of these idiots in this country. And that's the other thing I want to address. When someone may not have been born in America, or someone's family members may not have been born in America, and they become citizens, or they're undocumented Americans who are Americans, who live and work in this country, who provide for their families in this country, and who live in this country. Their kids go to school in this country. They are Americans. They may not be documented, but they are Americans. What makes them any less American than the rest of us? Just because we're born in this country, we're automatically Americans? No. We may be citizens of this country, but doesn't necessarily mean we're all American. I'm 25% Cuban. 25% Cuban. I have Scotch in me. I have Irish in me. I have Italian in me. Not sure how much, but I have a lot of different ethnicity backgrounds in me. I have different blood types in me. That make me, I may be born in America, I may be considered an American citizen, but does my DNA exactly say I'm an American? Maybe not. See, that's the thing. When we look at our DNA, when we look at our DNA history, our backgrounds, our family history, it shows that most of us aren't full-blooded American. We're descendants from immigrants who came from different countries. So if you look at our DNA, we may live in America, we may have been born in America, we may be considered American citizens, but are we truly American citizens? That's the thing. Think about that. Don't answer it. Think about that. Think about that before you answer it. Because if our DNA says otherwise, should we really take a citizenship test before saying that we're Americans? And that's the other thing right there. Speaking about us Americans, I put Americans in quotations because are we truly real Americans? Or are we just invaders of the real Americans? Let me explain. If you want to know if we're true Americans, look at all the Native Americans who not only lived on this land, but inherit this land, and this land is rightfully theirs, really. Look at all the Native Americans who are still on the government-reserved reservations, and they cannot leave, and they have to take the citizenship test to become Americans. So, in a nutshell, we're not the true Americans. It's the Native American Indians who are Americans. They're the real Americans, and we invaded their land. We invaded their land because it was nice when we stole it. It was nice when we stole it, but now, we ruined it. We ruined a beautiful land. We ruined a beautiful land because of oil, greed, war, and so forth. We constantly in this country harm our own people. We constantly racially profile our own people. Why? Because it's the American way. Because if we don't do that, the terrorists win. We forgot what this country is. This country is meant for everyone. Everyone who lives in this country, documented or undocumented, on reservations and or not on reservations. That's what America's about. That's what America's principles have always been about. Living and coexisting amongst each other. Not selectively picking and choosing who we live amongst. I can't tell you how many times this annoys the shit out of me. I can't tell you how many times I've heard conversations go, well, this area was nice when white people owned it, but now since the blacks took over, it became a real decrepit area. That's racism. That's a form of bigotry. People may not know that they're saying something bigoted, but they are. Okay, just because a different group of people move into an area that white people used to own, now it's automatically a bad place to live. It's automatically a ruined place. It's automatically the new ghetto. That makes no sense. So with that being said, what's really tearing this country apart is political correctness, for one, because if you say the wrong thing, if you say the wrong opinion, people get their panties in a goddamn bunch, and they have to hound you for having a difference of popular opinion. The other thing is, besides political correctness, bigotry is ruining this country. It's always been ruining this country. Hatred, for one. Forgetting what America is about is a massive one. And Sharia law. Yes, believe it or not, you have modern day GOP people, and I'm friends with one, who understand that their party is the modern party of these Christian fundamentalists. Now, not all people who are GOPers are these crazy Tea Party people. I know some genuine Eisenhower Republicans. And I like them. I can understand their policies. I agree with some of their policies. I disagree with some, but I agree with some. Because that's what a true Republican is. Someone who is willing to work with Democrats. I know some Eisenhower Republicans. I do. But I also know a lot of modern day GOP people who, in a nutshell, want to get rid of every religion that is not theirs, and they want to keep theirs only. They want to make their religion the law of the land. They want to make their religion's laws higher above the Supreme Court. That's Sharia law. This is the United States, people. This is the United States. This is not the Middle East. This is not Saudi Arabia. But they want this country to become Saudi Arabia. These modern-day GOP people are America's ISIS. So to all the Eisenhower Republicans out there, can I ask you something? If you're sick of these people just as much as I am, can I ask you something? Can we stand together and get these fucks out of Washington? Can we? Can we stand together and get these fucks out of Washington? Because if we do that, then the threat of Sharia law will not be above us, and we will understand that what America is again, when we start compromising, when we start making laws that work for the people, and for all the people. Not selected people, but all the people. Not selected people, but all the people. All Americans, all documented, undocumented, Native Americans, European Americans, all Americans. All Americans. Let's stand together and make this country great again. This country was great once, but now it's not great anymore. It's decent. It's a decent country to live in. It's better than most countries to live in, but it isn't great anymore. And that's the other thing. The delusion. The delusion that we're the greatest country on earth. No. You know, you want to know one of the greatest countries on earth is Scandinavia. Because of Scandinavia and their political system, you know what? Everyone gets an equal slice of the pie. The rich don't trample the poor, and the poor don't trample the rich, but everyone's economically set. Everyone's economically set. Everyone has a job. Everyone is living a great life. Everyone, well, some people are living a great life in Scandinavia, some aren't, but the point is, Scandinavia is on the top of the list, listed in great countries. America is like towards bottom of the 90. Still a decent place to live, but you know what? When most people look at other countries, They want to go to the countries where they want to be treated, where they're going to be treated equally and not discriminate against because their religion's different from Christianity. That's what America does. Like I said, it discriminates against people who aren't like them. And I should know, because I'm an American. I should know, because I come from the European American bloodline. And the thing is, also, if you look at the way we treat others who aren't with the Christian religion, I know I'm not with the Christian religion, but I know the way, and I see the way people get treated who aren't belong to the Christian religion. Automatically, their religion is some type of foreign terroristic ideal because it's not the Bible. That's what America has become. A melting pot of I don't know what the fuck it is anymore. That's what America is becoming. America's new slogan should be, I don't know what the hell this country is becoming. Because I really don't. I don't know. A lot of Americans don't know. A lot of Americans that know what America is supposed to stand for are like me, where we're like, where's this country even heading to? All I can tell you is it's not a positive place. It's more like the city of Rome. If you know what happened with Rome, it was a great empire, everyone loved it, then it fell apart. America is falling apart, and we need to fix this country. So I asked every Eisenhower Republican, because we know who the root problem is. We know it's these Tea Partiers who are ruining your party. Let's get these fucks out of Washington, and let's fix our country and make it great again.